West. Salute to the Damu Kiwe Conversation. It's DuseM the Dom. Yeah. We got the content. I'm waiting on my co-host, Yah L, the Kiwe pop star, to step through. You know what I'm saying? Salute to everybody that came through, man. I see y'all in the chat going dumb. Welcome to the Damu Kiwe Conversations. Hit that like on your way in. It's free. Poetic Flacco. I see you down there, Flacco. YouTube at Active Chuck. We're going to get on your slave master. Let's get on this. G, what up, bro? Salute. Peace, King. You already know what it do. Hey, y'all hit that like button on y'all way in, man. Kid the Barber, shout out Damu Kiwe Conversation. DuseM Yah L. You already know what it do. Beautiful black lady. Salute to you. Oh, man, hold on. Before I don't do what I'm supposed to do, we're going to go ahead and get this thing right.
Ways to basically spin narratives and basically backstab and snake his way out of a situation and use his rat telling ways to get out of stuff. And he did that to Luce Coochie. I mean, they're two of the same feathers that's flocking together. So I'm pretty sure DuseM seen that coming, and probably a few other individuals. But it happened. You know,
we are on Clubhouse now. So
oh man,
it's definitely gonna be cracking. Kesha. I see Kesha. I see 205 KK. Salute to you. 205 KK. You know what I'm saying? Papa Dirt, shout out DuseM Yah.
Papa Dirt.
Salute the whole Damu Kiwe Conversation. C's and Crips and B's. You know what I'm saying? Oh, let me pull everybody up. Kurt, what up? We already live, so y'all make sure when y'all come up on stage, y'all stay muted up. You know what I'm saying? We definitely got the content. Pull up. Hope y'all enjoy yourself. We got it. We running it. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? Anybody come off stage, Kurt, y'all already know the deal. Rocky, y'all shoot them off stage. Anybody who come off they mic, salute. Hey, hit that like button on y'all way in. Papa Dirt, what it do? You know what I'm saying? Kid the Barber, shout out everyone in the chat. Salute. Binky Mac, salute. Damu Kiwe Conversations, hashtag Yah L, hashtag DuseM. Keep flaming these weirdos, man. We got to them. We got one of the weirdest. Man. We got a mountaineer. We got Adam Graham Mason today. Oh, man. Y'all don't know how much it hurts me to continue every day to come on the internet and have to combat against people that look like us. I mean, it's a whole lot of clout chasing. These dudes all trying to fake like they tough. That's on the dead homies. None of these niggas ain't even on my level. That gangster shit, you can't talk to me or teach me nothing about that at all. None of these niggas. Dead homies, Brim gang, right? So that doesn't impress me. But when we got to come on here every day and attack our own, it kind of wears on me because that's not where my heart's at. You understand what I'm saying? My heart was there. It'd be a lot of these niggas that already be victimized with a call, with a phone call. That's all it would take. But to have the pleasure of attacking Adam Graham Mason today, highlighting the mountaineer and his evil plans and intentions for those who are within our culture. It gives me great pleasure, man. This shit is almost orgasmic. Nasty shit, huh? I never thought that a man could give me orgasmic feelings, but to attack a devil who stands behind and pushes all of this negativity and divide amongst our culture, right? Gaslighting situations that lead to real results. Fathers being taken out of their home. Fathers being unalive, incarcerated. Oh yeah, this definitely gives me great pleasure. Salute to my brother Mike B. Salute, Selena. Salute, she say salute to the chat. Welcome to Damu Kiwe Conversations. Make sure you slap that button as you enter. Get ready for the content, man. Thank you, Selena, for making sure you did that. Stand on the media. What up, bro? Pull up. I've been inviting you. You know what I'm saying? Miss Lisa, good evening. Blessings to you, Queen. You know what I'm saying? And we date active in the chat. I don't think I'm gonna ever catch up, but I need these likes to catch up. I hope we not all standing in line for hoghead cheese. They tell us a story close. I'm just kidding. Hope your night as well. G-Mac, Damu Kiwe Conversations is taking over one city at a time because we taking over one podcast at a time. Active, Chuck, salute. Man, salute to 2 P's and 1 B. Salute to the homie G-Mac, man. Keep on working and leading as a father to them kids. You already doing well in your own home and even those in the community that you care about, man. Listen, man, use a great example of how you're supposed to be interacting with youth and representing yourself as a man, especially at your age, man. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these dudes don't act their age. You know, look at Miss Lisa. We got the content. Hey, my peeps. Hey, Miss Lisa. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Miss Lisa. Salute to Stand on the Media, Scandalous Los Angeles TV, Smoked Out TV News. Let me see. A Dose of Reality TV, my brother. Who am I forgetting, man? I hope I ain't forgot nobody. And if I did forget y'all, please excuse me, brother. Y'all know I'm up on them hot meds. They got me on them antibiotics still. You know what I'm saying? Last night. Taylor Gang, salute. DuseM Yah in the chat, salute. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah. What's up? And happy birthday to the bro, Bomani, C-Rat, Fresh Street Watts. You already know what it is, bro. We love you. Happy birthday. Enjoy your cake day, my nigga.
Happy C-Day, Kiwe.
Duke Solo TV time. What's up, chat? Much love, man. Much love to you. Much love to everybody in the chat. The chat is where it's at. Binky Max, salute to you. Denaro Jones, salute to you. Oh, they getting up in here, man. I'm not gonna keep holding y'all back. Let's get these likes to match. And then 41st Waters. What's up, Chris? Salute to the chat. Bless, salute, beautiful black lady. Y'all already know we got the content. Let's get these likes to match, man. Baby E, salute. Ninja, please. I knew Wack and Luce would fall out. I think that they do have personal issues, but I think that was kind of like what CS2 Back wanted to do. I think that he wanted to distance himself from Luce Cannon and the no jumper beat down as much as possible, build up a divide in the argument in case he is charged so he can argue that at trial. You know what I'm saying? Because for sure, that investigation in Burbank has started. In fact, the assistant U.S. attorney in Big U's indictment in Luce Cannon's case said that they have the investigative report, which means charges have been prosecuted. They are investigating that case, and they're not about to let some people that look like us go into Burbank, which is a lot of different production studios, industrial and corporate businesses, and physically assault, rob, and strip, which could be taken as sexual assault, someone on camera and publish it without making an example. No. Not on that liberal left coast. That's not going down. that violent black people is America's worst nightmare, and they're looking to make an example. Wack100 and CS2 back and like Backdoria, hashtag 5150. Luke from the Loop, what up? P. Jones. P. Jones, salute, bro. Stand on the media, salute, 100. Okay. Black strong, salute. Bloods and Crips and Bloods, hearts. You know what I'm saying? And in that R. Bruce, we was waiting on you, brother. And I'm sorry if I don't get to nobody else right now. We're going to get into the chat. But before we get into that chat, we finna get into the content. My brother, Scandalous Los Angeles TV, took on Adam, Grandmaster. Go follow most Scandalous Los Angeles TV, man. And y'all go run this up, leave a comment. You know what I'm saying? Whenever we do this kind of content and it attacks people that aren't necessarily from our community or look like us, they don't necessarily give us as much play and as many views. You know what I'm saying? In the algorithm, you know, they encourage the black on black, the brown on brown, the black on brown. But when we get to standing up against the system, when we get to standing up against exploitation of our people, we don't get as many views, man. So y'all make sure y'all go subscribe to my bro, Most Scandalous Los Angeles TV. Let's get to it. Wait, did I already make sure that y'all can see it? No, but there it go. It wasn't going to take long. Let's go now.
I really want to know why people, think you the devil. Because he is.
Me and my wife don't believe in God and we still got married. Seems like that's kind of confusing to some people.
For the business strat. That's why you guys got married.
No, because we wanted to celebrate.
No, you guys talked about it. When you got married, you guys talked about, hey, imagine we destroyed the sanctity of the Bible. That was a satanic demoralization, alchemic ritual.
I like the way that you're thinking. Because, yeah, I don't believe in God. And maybe what better way to spit in the face of God than to get married?
Well, hold on.
How, if you don't believe in God, are you spitting in the face of God? You understand what I'm saying? And who would want to go against God but the devil? Y'all got to pay close attention to what's being said. Listen to this.
And then let her fuck a large man. You look at what Satan did in the Bible, I think the main gist of like why somebody might want to have a fucking satanic symbol on his hand.
That's a Satan symbol?
Well, it's just a tattoo, but in reality it's Baphomet, which is like a fucking
Baphomet is a satanic symbol. So what are you talking about? He has a satanic symbol on his hand, and he brings it up while he's talking about religious beliefs. Soulless. That's why he doesn't empathize with our struggle. He's not from our struggle, and he's soulless. His father is who he come from, and that's another man without a soul, the devil. Let's go.
Yeah, but it's because if you actually look at it.
Welcome back to Scandalous Los Angeles TV, where we expose the exposers. Recently, Adam 22 admitted he was approached by the feds. According to him, all they wanted was the cease and desist that was sent from Big U.
I did that today. Anyway, yesterday, I'm sitting around the house, starving myself all day. I actually have a newfound appreciation for fasting because I do feel like I achieved some sort of mental clarity while I didn't eat food for a day.
Shouts to the monks.
But while I'm in my house, I'm playing poker on my computer, a guy comes to my front door, and I didn't actually even know, but my girl was communicating with him through the box in the front of our house with the camera. She texts me, she says, a dude is here from the FBI, and basically he's trying to serve you with a subpoena. And so she told him, like a ride or die would, she told him, Adam's not here, and he's off at work or whatever. I forget what she told him. And so I immediately hop on the line with my lawyer. I said, what should I do? I don't want to, handle this situation wrong. Over and over and over, I've sat down with rappers or whoever who tell me about situations in which they divulge too much information to the police or whoever, and it ended up coming back to bite them. Especially, something that comes to mind is like Hurricane Chris, who caught a body that was blatantly self-defense.
So he's on here explaining that when it was his time to go talk to the feds, he had his lawyer and he made sure that he didn't say too much because he's watched people self-incriminate themselves too much online. This is how much he cares about himself. This is how consciously aware he is of what's going on online. Now pay attention.
Soon as the cops come, he airs out his whole situation and ends up coming back to haunt him because the state ends up trying him. So if he had not made all those statements to the cops right after he killed this dude, then it for sure would have been a way easier case for him to beat. Now, that being said, I'm not really that worried because I know that I myself haven't been involved in any criminality, but I figured I would have my lawyer take care of it. So my lawyer reaches out to the guy who came to my door. She assures me that she's going to be able to ask the FBI agent a handful of questions, and from that information be able to ascertain, is Adam in trouble? Is Adam going to be, forced to hand over a crazy amount of information? Because that was kind of lingering around in my head is like, God, this is going to be a huge pain in the ass if they want to confiscate all the computers and everything in here. We're going to have to buy a bunch of computers to use.
Where's the furnace? Start the furnace up, guys.
I don't know. I was considering that. I have not destroyed any information for the record. But this is the thing that my lawyer comes back to me with. She said the feds were interested in one thing and one thing only. Because in my head, I'm thinking they're going to want copies of the podcasts that Brick or Luce were on. They're going to want to make sure that there wasn't anything in those podcasts that was edited out. Now, anybody who knows me and No Jumper knows that we really don't like to edit things out. So the only stuff we're editing out is if it's like a 4-alarm fire, like, yo, we need to take this out. So I don't think there's ever been something Brick or Luce told us that they needed us to edit out. But the one thing that the feds wanted was the cease and desist from Big U to No Jumper, asking us to take down the episode in which Luce Cannon first made the explosive statements that suggested that Big U had previous knowledge of Nipsey Hussle's death.
But we all know they wanted much more than that. This episode right here might be the clearest case yet of someone actively trying to set someone up online. And I was always taught that if somebody shows you who they are, then believe them. From the upside-down cross tattooed on his face, to the Baphomet symbol inked on his hand, to the disgusting pedophilic comments he's made on Twitter. If none of that raised a red flag in your mind, then I hope what you're about to hear finally does. You're about to hear Arian Adam speaking to Luce from the federal detention center that he's currently being housed in.
What's up?
On this phone call, you're gonna hear Adam attempt to get Luce to admit that he robbed a weed shop for Big U, on a telephone line that is being monitored and recorded by the feds. Let that sink in. So who do we hold accountable? Do we blame a man who has openly pledged his allegiance to Satan, allowing other men to sleep with his wife, in an attempt to spit in the face of the Creator?
Because, I don't believe in God. And maybe what better way to spit in the face of God than to get married and then let her fuck a large man?
Or do we blame those of our people who sit down and bare their souls to this guy, as if he has any of their best interests in mind?
Look at this picture, bro. This is the dude that these clout chasing lost souls from within our community run to tell their story to. Beg and Wallop do his bidding. Look at this dude, bro. 4 Extra and them took this nigga to their hood, bro. This shit is making mockery of our culture. Dead homies is turning over in their graves.
Shit's sick.
I can't even think what the homies that got life and stretched out with elbows and long stretches is thinking about these niggas out here, bro. Subservient to a saltine mountaineer, devil worshiping Grand Mason, Adam Grand Mason. Nasty work, bro.
This one right here is about as vicious and as blatant as it gets.
Coming, talking crazy and doing all the extras.
I'm talking crazy and I'm in jail.
Yeah. I mean,
Who's doing the extra? Wack is my guy. I don't understand what's going on that's out there that he have problems with people on my team or whatever like that. It's just like if people running content or whatever, I'm in here. What can I do? You get what I'm saying? He knows that. So it's like, well, what is the point of getting mad at and saying don't talk to me or anything like that? What I'm doing to Wack?
okay, this is what he wrote on Instagram about you and Charisse. He wrote, I'll put it on the screen for the people. He said, for the record, I don't owe you or nobody else a dime. You continue to overstep your boundaries with men and disrespect. You have one more time to play with my name, and I'm going to remind you that y'all came to me for the plugs, not the other way around. This ain't your lane. You're on a mission to start a war between two men. All you got to do is all you got to do is try me. I ain't the godfather to shit. Count me the fuck out. Get the fuck out of here. You're dumb in the brain. Damn camera turned you into something else. Hashtag mistress. Now talk about the OnlyFans. Leave me the fuck alone, please, before I get on bullshit.
Yeah, so okay, so let's talk about the OnlyFans.
He's calling out Charisse with that. He's saying that she's putting shit between him and him.
Yeah, so we can talk about the OnlyFans thing.
The OnlyFans thing. Luce, I saw Charisse chewing on your balls. I hope that was you.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
So all that stuff is out the window. She was doing it, and then I told her once we got married, all that stuff is gonna stop. We have fun with it, and that's it. You know, things get leaked, but it is what it is. And then after that, I mean, it ain't no shame getting head from your wife. You get what I'm saying? If you put it on camera, we put it on camera. Dead homies, what's wrong?
By all means, hey, I'm a fan. I support that kind of movement.
Yeah, so that ain't a bad thing or whatever, but Wack and Charisse is just going back and forth over there. I had a talk with Charisse earlier, but the plugs and stuff like that, it's like we help each other. Like when it came down to like I made money with Wack made plenty of money with me. So it's like, what is this? The high show thing? I know he did the no jumper shit and stuff like that, and it started it off, but I made my own way too. You get what I'm saying?
By all means.
Discredit me. He discredited my wife. She's doing her stuff too.
But you think that she's trying to turn you and Wack against each other? Or I felt like you were already kind of having these anti-Wack feelings from the beginning because...
Here we go, guys. Listen to what Adam does right here.
Let me just hit you with a narrative. Is that a lot of people think that, in particular Trap Lord Ross, they think that you saying that you were falling out with Wack over the fact that he reported on the cops raiding your house when you allegedly got swatted or whatever, they think that that was all a cover because you actually were mad at Wack for basically getting Big U caught up because you knew that you were going to get caught up as a result of some of the shit that Wack or that Big U and you did together.
No, me and Big Useless didn't do anything. Me and Big Unisex never did not one thing together. So
you robbed the weed shop, or you extorted him, right? You robbed the weed shop, or you extorted him, right? You robbed the weed shop, or you extorted him, right?
No, never robbed no weed shop, Adam. You know that.
Now you guys tell me, does it get any more blatant than that? Luce's wife sat right there and listened to Adam do that. Cold part is, I'm pretty sure Lucy's been on the phone with Adam again.
So you got an indictment. Somebody who's playing like they care about you, playing like they're your friend, but all along they're just exploiting you, your talent, your ways, your internet buzz, right? Whatever you bring into the table, your beautiful girlfriend or your pig-looking girlfriend that swims in a pigsty. Who cares? For whatever reasons, he finds value in you and utilizes and drains just like a leech, sucks the blood out of your motion. Once you have no more bodily motion or internet motion, you're in jail. Now he wants you to stay there. He wants to show you that he never gave a fuck about you. He wants, with those allegations, that you robbed a dispensary and or extorted a dispensary on a federal phone call. This call is from a federal holding facility. This call is from a federal holding facility. Knowing all of these calls are being monitored to make sure you're not threatening nobody out there, to make sure you don't call no hits to get any witnesses knocked off, to make sure you're not conducting drug deals over the phone. They're monitoring. I remember one time when I was in the same place he's at, Metropolitan Detention Center, Los Angeles, and I was arguing with my ex-wife, my baby mama, and I said something to the point, bitch, you want to make me crash out? I'll lose it and it's going to get ugly around this motherfucker. They interpreted that as a threat, called me to the lieutenant's office, which let me know how closely they monitor and listen to those calls. Now, with these allegations inside of the indictment of Luce Cannon and Big U, why would you think that this nigga, knowing this, would purposely try to get him not only on the phone recording that the feds got going on, but on the phone recording that he's running on No Jumper? 5 million subscribers to get him to agree that he committed a federal crime.
Hey, Deuce.
Yeah.
To add insult to injury with that, why do I feel like CS2 back is secretly trying to fuck Charisse? It just seems like he's so much of a groomer and horny. It's like, get away from the Fed case, spin the narrative, get away from loose coochie, and then have a ball with his ball guzzling pig wife. Wee, all in the same thing, you know?
Oh, hey, you must have seen that video where she was guzzling some balls.
Oh no, I ain't hear it. I ain't seen no video. I heard about it.
Oh yeah, it's going around right now. One good Hocus 4/5. Salute to you. I see you in the chat. He say he is definitely satanic. He be doing gay porn. Facts. Let others pluck his wife. He a bozo. Facts. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man.
I don't think I can argue against nothing you said there. I think there's been enough evidence of such. And I think he even admits to it. I mean, he said before he married her, him and one of his other friends were banging her back in together. So he knew what he signed up for. And he's with that, you know, and I'm quite sure he gets off at watching other men bang his wife, which lean towards having homosexual tendencies and or curiosities if he hasn't already fulfilled those curiosities and know about it. What's up, bro?
We got a super chat.
Okay.
Real quick, sir. We got Tartan Mystic with the 5 pounds. This is much less than my state section. Educated attempt brainwashing, yet the knowledge I get here is priceless. Much love with the heart and the prayer hands. Hey, man, Tartan Mystic, we appreciate any and everything that is given to the Damu Kiwe conversation. Blessings to you, your family, and your tribe. Hey, you know what CS2 back and say, hey, thanks for the video, you bozo. You paid your op. No, we didn't. No, we didn't.
Hey, but the second thing that came to my mind, I think everybody else can agree to this evil devil, right? But the other thing that came to my mind listening to that, and we finna finish it, was Luce Cannon. Luce Cannon obviously comes off as he wore the short bus with the helmet on, banged his head on the window type shit, right? And I do believe that he's slow in a lot of different ways, but I believe he's functioning. And I believe that he utilizes that to his advantage to bait people in and to believe in he can't process things as fast as he does in other areas. And that's how he kind of like bamboozles people. When Adam asked him, did he rob the dispensary and or extort this dispensary with Big U, his comeback was the quickest I ever seen him, which leads me to believe that this nigga Luce Cannon been playing coy this whole time. Luce Cannon knew that he had warrants from physically abusing Gigi. He knew he had warrants for probation violation. He knew he was under investigation for other robberies, right? Out in the IE, Riverside area, all of that stuff, right? So he's working. And I think that Luce Cannon was trying to implicate Big U and anybody else and gather enough information on anybody else so that he could not have to do no time on this case once they finally caught him. In the midst of it, I'm starting to believe that's one of the reasons why he took Wack up on his offer when Wack told him to make an example of them dudes at the no jumper beating. This shit is going to get real deep. This is just the beginning. So until the end, we got the content. Let's finish this real quick. But I think y'all underestimating Luce Cannon. We all know he was snitching when he was on the streets. But now, to get up out of there and get back to old swamp water and that newborn baby, don't ever underestimate what he would do to do that. Let's go.
Since Adam did that to him, I'd pay to see the way Adam and his friends laugh, knowing that he can pull stunts like this off, right in our faces, and black people wouldn't even think as much to boycott him.
How you gonna go arrest people that I don't even talk to? That's a built-in liar right there. You know what I mean? So, is that how they gonna work the case? Everybody know I don't fuck with Cannon. Everybody know I don't fuck with Brick Baby. So,
Luce Cannon, Brick Baby, or not Brick Baby.
He said Luce Cannon, I don't really fuck with him. Brick Baby, I don't really fuck with him.
But he fucks with Brick Baby.
He said he does. He did say in the video.
He fucks with Brick Baby. Do we fuck with Brick Baby?
Yes.
That's a fact.
Yes.
That's a fact.
So before Big U turned himself in, he did a video saying that everybody knows he doesn't mess with Brick. So what does Porky, the pit poodle pot-belly porch monkey, do, alongside Aryan Adam? They both go online and say, Big U does mess with Brick. I don't think anything else needs to be said.
I guess Wack is primarily mad because you guys are kind of trying to like finesse money out of him, I guess, or like trying to paint the narrative that
money out of who? Out of Wack?
I guess.
That's crazy.
Shout out to Mo Scanlon.
It was a major compliment.
My brother, man. He come with another one, man. And it was about time we could finally get at somebody that didn't look like us, man. I challenge those in our community, those content creators in our genre to do the same. You know, stop being the circus for these motherfuckers. Tap dancing for these motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? They want to continue to see us fighting each other. They want to continue to see us divided and to stop our unity and organization. And I'm going to get into that real quick. Yah L, you want to speak up on that video while I Google this?
Most definitely, sir. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's nasty work right there, man. And the fact that you got so many people that's just thirsty and horny for clout and wanting to be seen and heard, they don't care about what's in front of them. They only care about the quote unquote exposure that they get. They're getting exposure. They feel like, oh, people are going to see me. No Jumper is a major podcast. I could get views. And you're only going to be known for whatever it is that you bring to the table at that podcast. The fact that this dude is willing to play police games and nobody cares to even question it. Ah, man. I'll say this, man. We'll support the offspring of our oppressors that had us enslaved and buy their materials, buy their clothes, buy the stuff that symbolizes a disconnect with the culture, but yet connect with the culture because they're vultures. But yet we won't sit here and support our own. We standing strong by ourselves, like DuseM and myself stated, and he told me, gram for gram, rock for rock, we won't stop till we reach the top. And that's been our motto. We don't gotta sell out.
We live right now. Mute up.
You know, we don't gotta sell out and do the stuff that these other individuals do. I know people don't like watching grass grow or watching a tree grow because it's a long, tedious process. But this is what y'all watching happen with me and DuseM right now. The grass is growing. The trees are growing with strong roots. And our roots is our moral compass, our standards, and our morality. And that video showed us right there what that man's willing to do. Luce Cannon ain't the first, and he sure won't be the last. Because you niggas gonna go up there and make an ass of yourself. And we're trying to stop you and warn you. Salute.
Damu Kiwe Conversation. Living in Beaumont, California. Salute to the host, DuseM Yah L. Salute to the minds in the chat. Salute. Aurora, the goddess, you said that you wanted to speak up on that subject. He finished talking.
Adam exploits people in the African American community, knowing that people are like clout chasing. They need the money, so he pays people like really big money for interviews and whatnot, just to exploit the Black community. And that's how I feel. He doesn't do it out of the kindness of his own heart. He knows that it makes money and drama sells, and he makes money off of selling that shit to other people. And he causes a lot of chaos in the community, including letting like his wife bang an African-American guy in a porn scene and everything like that. He decided to be a cuck, and he'll do anything. And like Adam's the same way, not for nothing, but he's a clout chaser too. So he'll go anything to make the next buck and to chase whatever, and he'll exploit whomever just to get whatever.
Well, thank you for that. I think I concur. I definitely concur. Yah L, you concur with what Aurora was speaking about on Adam?
Oh yeah, most definitely. It's added things to it, but yeah, that's to me, that's part of the surface, you know. And yeah.
C-Note says real ones avoid that chump. I only heard about dude because Dame treated him like a minion peon. Steffi Weffy, she say salute Yah L and Deuce. Maz chat, Coco, salute OG Mag, red and blue, salutes. Adam Cockatoo use his brain. Ain't his fault. The people he interviews confess to crimes online. Listen, bro, you could say it's not his fault, but at the same time, if I give you if I open up a hot burning furnace and I'm trying to get rid of a whole race of people. Let's just say this was in Nazi Germany. And I didn't force them in there, but they got in there when it got cold. They got too close, and then they all started throwing each other up in there. Am I still not to blame? have some sort of responsibility for that, Mike D. So I don't think that trying to justify or minimize his participation and or intent is conducive with being able to distinguish the reality of this situation. It's clear. The man just tried the same way he did X4. You remember that, Yah L? He was interviewing X4 face to face, and he asked X4 something about a shooting. Or looked at him stupid and turned his head and didn't respond. Nah, you must got the wrong dude. I don't know nothing about that.
Right.
No, you must got the wrong dude. I don't know nothing about that. So what do you mean he's not responsible? You're saying he's not a grown man? You're saying that he's not, he doesn't know what he's doing? No, he knows damn well what the fuck he doing, Mike D. So how would you not hold a man accountable because of his own actions? He plays a part into it. Of course, these clout chasers that come from the gutter, that have a dream of being famous or being a rapper or whatever they got going on, their brand, clothing lines, whatever, that they go on there and incriminate themselves. Of course, they're responsible for their own action. Of course, they're responsible for their own action, and the court will hold them accountable. But for him to create a platform specifically and consistently with the intent to implicate people in crimes, to have them implicate themselves in crime, right? While he's seeing one dude is already in jail. And for the crimes that he's doing, did you not hear? He said that when he went to talk to the feds, he watched so many other people incriminating themselves online that he made sure that he had his lawyer speak on behalf of him and ask the questions. So when it comes to him and his freedom, and with him having any kind of exposure to the federal authorities, oh, he has no problem making sure that he's knowledgeable about all of his options. He remains silent and allow lawyers to speak on his behalf against any probable crimes that are being alleged against him. No crimes have been alleged against him, but he's extra precautious. But when it comes to this dude that he sees already in jail for this crime, he asked him specifically, and not even asked him, insinuated as if it was just common knowledge. And Mike D said, it ain't his fault. Yeah, Mike D, I don't know how you look at that as it's not his fault. Ride or die Wood. The Woods will smash the fuck out of you, Adam, if you ever get locked up. Man, Adam ain't going to jail. That nigga tell everything he know about Wack100 before he go down. Adam 22 became an atheist after he saw his wife tell Jason Love to bust off inside of her in that movie they did that wasn't in the script. Oh, shit. See, no, he gave that letter up before the words was out there. Miles, fools didn't consult his attorney or shit. Dudes can't see it's all a plot. It's ridiculous. Oh, yeah. Anyone with a brain cell knows don't confess or talk about felonies online. I talk about felonies, and I got a lot of brain cells, Mike D. But I talk about felonies I've already been convicted of. See the difference? And I don't implicate nobody else in no crime. You see the difference? See, Mike D, this is where it gets really weird, right? You act as if you're not a culture vulture, right? You can't portray yourself and act controversial against anyone who claims that you're a culture vulture. When we just seen the picture of this dude. This white boy didn't have on no motherfucking Pumas with the or Adidas with the fat strings. He wasn't one of those, bro. This nigga was dressed and looked like a nerd version of Al Bundy, nigga. And he's comes in a culture with the blessings he inherited from his father, who was a crook. I think he was up under the Bush administration and got his pardon, or was it the Clinton administration? One of them crooked old presidential families, right? That he had connections with. And with what they've inherited put him into a position where he has as many likes and followers as Vlad. And I can't name the biggest stars that he's interviewed on his platform. He's never interviewed a Jay-Z. He's never interviewed Lil Boots. None of the most famous dudes to gather their influence onto this. This is porn community, but yet he's on the same level as Vlad off of interviews with Crit Mac and Brick Baby and Luce Cannon and Wack100. But the algorithm feeds him specifically and views and likes to that. And it was right during COVID that everybody, I know that's when I first became aware of his platform. Adam, what Tar Mystic said, Adam posted that SXL encounter with the disabled last as well. Oh, I didn't know that. Miss Lisa, you are one of the queens who recognized the play. Oh, I must have missed what she said. Scandalous calling him Aryan Adam kills me. Man, that's one of the best names he ever came with. Damn, he really said that shit. Shaking my head. Yeah. Mike D said, Lena doesn't believe in God either. No, I think Lena believes in God. I think Lena believes that the black man is God. That's why she was on her knees sucking black cock. You know what I'm saying? She was prostrating. You know what I'm saying? But let's get to the second video. Definitely gonna be more about this, and we're gonna definitely be calling and holding him accountable the same way every day we go up against people that look like us. I think that our opinions should not be limited to only those on the internet that look like us. It should be indiscriminate. I mean, everybody else is indiscriminate and got comments, reaction videos about our culture and our people, right? So since they got them about us, I think it's only right that we have a say and or a voice in reaction to a lot of their foul shit. Coming up next, Adam 16 and the allegations of his underage trice and grooming. Also, academic. So y'all be looking up for that. That will be the Hip Hop Police docu-series, day 17 and 18 coming up. Let me just get everything in order. Trust me, we got that coming up. We got another video I wanted to get into. Shout out to my boy 504. I think this is it. Boom. Let me make sure. Oh, yeah. Shout out my boy 504 Street Stories and Gangsta News Network. I think he in the building still where he was, but he might have left. You know what I'm saying? It took a little while to get here, 52 minutes. But the daily war between Wack100 and the fake Luce Cannon, man, he did a great job on this.
Went on academics and straight crashed out.
Me and Luce Cannon been comrades for quite some time. We fooled the streets.
Hey, Wack100 went on academics and straight crashed out on Charisse Mills and Luce Cannon.
This said, I don't owe them nothing. They better leave me alone. That right there is a threat.
Luce Cannon and Charisse, what they've been doing, you know, the defamation, the lies, the trauma, the violence, the crimes, like just everything they've been doing these past couple of years.
And he warned me to whack some shit on the internet, but he's really trying to market his show. It's a bad
Adam is a plant.
I said, what he want? He wants you to get him to the platforms. So I brought him to No Jumper.
It's war now. Now? Oh, it's war. Wack100 took this shit to a whole nother level.
In the twisted corridors of West Coast street politics, betrayal is a currency spent often and collected with interest, and no one knows that better than Cass Jones, better known to the internet as Wack100. He built a reputation as the street-savvy manager, unafraid to speak on gang politics, rap industry secrets, and backroom deals. But in this chapter, he's not just a mouthpiece, he's the executioner. Our story centers on Wack's now defunct alliance with Tremaine Ashley Williams, known on social media as the fake Luce Cannon, a man whose hunger for fame crossed every boundary. The fake Luce Cannon didn't just want clout, he wanted it fast. And in his mind, Wack100 was the plug to the algorithm, shortcut to 1 million views, a trending name, and a verified badge of fame. Enter Charisse Mills, a singer and influencer who paraded as Luce Cannon's wife, but in reality was never legally bound to him. That title belongs to another woman, Gigi, a name that would soon detonate the illusion.
Hey, you guys. It's Gigi, and we are back live again. And I want to say thank you to everybody who has supported me and who has liked, shared, and subscribed to my videos and to my YouTube. And please like, share, and subscribe. And please be patient with me, y'all, because I'm still learning this YouTube thing, and you know, I'm gonna make some errors here and there. So be patient, but we are gonna get through this, and I'm going to give everybody all the receipts that I promised with the truth and everything like that.
Together, Luce Cannon and Charisse concocted a volatile plan, one drenched in lies and soaked in danger. The goal? To ride the internet wave by pinning dirty crimes on one of South Central's most respected names, Big U. Yes, Eugene Big U Henley, the rolling 60s OG street diplomat, a man whose name rings bells on prison yards and boardrooms alike, was the target of a media smear, engineered for likes and headlines. The false narrative was this: Big U orchestrated the murder of Nipsey Hussle, ran a criminal empire from the shadows, and extorted everyone from gangbangers to celebrities. It was a script made for viral headlines.
What are you talking about, cuz?
Nip told you that?
Yeah, so it was like 30 minutes before he died.
Well, how did he tell you? Through a text or what happened?
No, phone call. He called me.
Wow, why do you think Nip would have said something like that?
I don't know. I just figured that he knew he was gonna die.
It's like Nipsey just got killed. I'm like, sick, so I didn't hear that. So I hang up with him. I called Nipsey and I'm like, Nipsey, what's up? He was like, oh, what's up with it?
Nipsey asked, hey, this interview right here, I held Wack accountable because he knew what Luce was gonna say, and obviously he tried to deny it, but he said it the day before he knew what was coming up, and promoting this interview, implicating himself and Big U in crimes. That's exactly why he brought him up there. But Adam 22 also knew what was going on. He feigns ignorance as if he didn't want it to go on. I no longer believe that. Let's go.
Nipsey answered. He answered the phone, and I
what? Bro, what are you talking about?
We're gonna start needing receipts because a lot of people felt it was very brand new information. For example, you had said, and I mean, if you want to explain, you can, but in a gist, you said, hey, before Nipsey Hussle got killed,
So y'all have to stay tuned.
Wait,
and
so
watch
wait,
the
is that's part of the call, the infamous call?
Yep. And I just wanted to let niggas know that's a part of it. So y'all gonna keep rewinding that shit back.
Cap. And Wack, he played along for a while. He stood behind the fake loose cannons while accusations. He allowed the narrative to float, to gain traction, to damage reputations.
You realize that some very, very serious allegations were made during that interview.
So what?
And a lot of them don't really seem to stand up.
Luke, how you know? You a white boy.
I've seen a lot of evidence to the contrary.
You seen what? What you see? I tell you what, Adam, you're a wealthy man. I'll front the 100. You put up 100,000. I have Luce pull up. If he ain't got what he say he got, I'll pay you 100. If he do, you give me 100.
I'm not really trying to be the guy who decides exactly what happened or didn't happen.
Stop trying to discredit something that you can't. But what we can do, hold on, Adam. I'll front the 100 for Luce. If he ain't got it, I'll lose that. If he got what he say he got, you pay. We got a bet.
But loyalty in Wack's world has an expiration date. Then came the no jumper beatdown, a moment that cracked everything. A vicious altercation tied to the fake loose cannon and his IBM gang left one man permanently paralyzed. The streets whispered, the internet screamed. Another man, Jay Reed, surfaced online, implying he had spoken to law enforcement. His words were vague, but clear enough for the feds to listen. And once the feds listened, they never stopped.
Oh, man. I don't even have to say nothing, but
about him and Manny, Applejack. On the call, Henley made sure that the call
I got myself up.
she was at so that Henley could meet up with her about it. The next day, Henley and Applejack
This is bad, y'all. This is bad. This is bad.
Interview with LAMTFG. And the day she
A light just went off in my head right now.
Applejack he was okay and complained that
Oh my God.
law enforcement were just trying.
Well, I hope they don't find that. They find that,
Applejack did not
they definitely finna call me. I still don't know nothing though, but it's crazy. Y'all know I know, right? If y'all just go on my timeline, if y'all know me, y'all know I know, right? Y'all not putting it together yet? Yeah, I EBE. Yeah, I Monster. Yes. Yes. Y'all know I got the answer. Why you think them niggas on me so hard, nigga? Y'all ain't got that shit. Y'all ain't figured it out yet, huh? Deuce, man, enough is enough, man. Jay Reed. Shout out to my boy Monster EBE, man. You did, hey, shook up the world, my nigga. Shook up the world.
The dominoes started falling. Charisse Mills, scrambling to maintain the illusion, uploaded jailhouse calls from the fake loose cannon. Each one more desperate, more theatrical, more fabricated than the last. And those calls, the fake loose cannon, spun a new fiction. He claimed he shared a cell with Brick Baby.
LA Shot Caller, after Milk 74, you my favorite troll on the internet. This nigga LA Shot Caller said once they got married, well, that means Charisse still has an OnlyFans because they're not married. Luce is still married to Gigi. Hey, look, hit that like button, share. Once this video is over, we will have the beautiful Gigi up here. We gonna chop it up with Gigi. Man, hit that like button. Get the YouTubers up in here. Tell them we got the content.
Well, the news that all right. So recently, you know, everybody know that Big U, Luce Cannon, and everybody got arrested. But Luce Cannon, he was arrested in I think he was in Las Vegas, and he just got extradited back to Los Angeles, and he's locked up. And he revealed that him and Brick Baby actually are cellmates.
He alleged he and Big U fought side by side in MDC, Los Angeles. But those who've been inside knew it was all cap.
But hey, check it out. everybody speaking on the break, bro. I ain't never been sunnies with me and niggas. Nigga ain't could never kick me out of nothing on the dead homies. And every nigga talking about some snitches without paperwork on the dead homies don't have to pay for it, how they pay for it, man. You know what I'm saying? Take that up with the Lord, nigga, because on the dead homies, that nigga right here standing strong, nigga, and really programming like a programmer. So, you know what I mean? Nigga disrespect the program, you already know. Nigga better stand for something for the nigga, something to stand on them, man. I don't got too much to say about nothing.
Meanwhile, Wack watched from a distance as the fake Luce Cannon's web of lies unraveled. He had once stood behind him. Now he was sharpening the sword to cut him down. Because when Wack disassociates, it's never quiet. In a moment of pure irony, Wack began walking back every claim he once let slide. He told his followers he knew Luce was lying all along. He distanced himself from the case, from Charisse, and from the smoke.
When he told me about allegedly extorting Rick Ross and Meek Mill in the club and everything, I was more just like blown away, just confused.
You didn't believe that shit, did you?
No, at that time, no, not at all. Ack really seized upon that and like went into way more detail about it and
because
kind of
he was beefing with Meek.
Yeah.
Ack and Meek was at it. So this is how I knew it was cap, right?
Cheek Millie called.
Listen, so it's a dude over there, no matter what has ever happened with me or Meek, whatever. It's a dude over there I always love and respect.
A chaser?
No, his name is Tiffy Bay. Yeah, he's chaser.
Okay.
He's a chaser. Tiffy Bay. Tiffy Bay been home maybe about 6-8 months or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Even when the bullshit going on, when I land in Philly, Tiffy Bay see me, he come over there and embrace me as a brother. It be bullshit going, but me and him, we got our brotherhood, right? Tiffy Bay with me. Listen, this is a fact. Tell me you robbed Meek and shot Tiffy Bay 20 times and he dead, and I might believe it.
Then came the trigger. Charisse Mills went live, dragging Wack's name. She accused him of abandoning Luce. She tried to flip the narrative, but it backfired. Wack snapped. He went live with DJ Academics, publicly disowning the fake Luce Cannon and Charisse. He aired them out point by point for the world that he made them relevant, that he was the engine behind their digital rise.
She said that with Luce on the phone?
Nah, Luce wasn't on the phone, but she said...
Yeah. If she said that, she out of motherfucking line as a woman. And that's her fucking problem now. She keep getting out of line, and now they violating her. And I told him, she overstepped on her boundaries. She a square kick that come from another life that's been being exposed. She got to watch her fucking mouth, bro. Yeah. Fuck she means she waiting for me to contribute to who? Contribute to what? I taught him. Hey, listen, be for real. What's Tony? What's the only way she able to call you?
She said you never sent the diapers.
I don't owe her a motherfucking thing, bro.
She said you never
sent anything. They better stop fucking with me. Check this out. You know me. Niggas better leave me the fuck alone for us.
I don't know if y'all ever looked at it like this, but this is how me and Scandalous look at it. And I guess Hocus 4/5, we're all on the same wavelength in atomic vibrations. Hocus 4/5 said, you doing God's work, bro. It's God versus demons. We know what side they on. Adam openly admits it. Now y'all got to decide what side y'all on. Fuck some entertainment. This is real life. Let's go.
I start tripping.
That's the mother of your godchild, though.
Man, fuck all that, bro.
Yeah, I don't know why she said that. It feels like maybe she just wants a conversation. Maybe you guys haven't talked.
She said, wait, she said what?
She had said that, she said, listen, she's still waiting on you to contribute, right? Because I brought up, I said, hey, are you guys looking for people to contribute?
Check this out, Act. Let me ask you a question. What's the only reason why they got reached to you?
You.
Yeah, I think what they need to realize is I made them in this little world that's so big to them that we just use as a hustle. Charisse calling the Act talking about she waiting for me to contribute. Hey, listen, man, they better leave me the fuck alone. I know she ain't said you gotta be gaslight, bro.
No,
contribute.
It's all audio. It's audio. You go watch it.
Wait, contribute what? She waiting for me to contribute what? Who the fuck she think I am?
I mean, throw a little bit in the
Her
pot.
nigga was following me, right?
Yeah.
Her nigga was reaching to me to help, right?
Yeah.
So what that tell you?
I think that they're looking at like you throw them a 5,000, 10,000. You know what I mean? Because she said
I ain't
something
throwing nobody some motherfucking thing that owe me. Nigga, they owe me.
She said something about the diapers, and I'm not gaslighting. They're gonna send you the clip. I think she said, I said, yo, Wax is probably gonna send you some incredible diapers, and she said, as long as that comes like, as long as it comes to 10,000.
I ain't seeing nobody.
Salute, P's and Q's, salute.
She ain't nobody, bro.
Have you talked to
Fuck
Luce?
out of here.
Wack declared war, said he didn't care about Crips, Bloods, Perus, none of them. No man tells him what to do. Not Big U, not Luce, not the internet. The beef wasn't just personal, it was tactical. While on a live stream, Wack told academics stop taking calls from the fake Luce Cannon and Charisse to let them rot in the noise that they had created. Meanwhile, Gigi stepped out of the shadows. He uploaded receipts, documents, screenshots, the truth. The facade had crumbled. Gigi exposed the fake marriage, the internet scheme, the alliances formed in whispers and text messages. It was no longer a feud. It was a collapse. With Gigi's revelations, the government had more fuel, more connections, more evidence. Fake Luce Cannon's plan for fame just didn't fail. It boomeranged back with federal heat.
Let's go into how they paid for the wedding. So I was reached out to by the person that actually gave them the money for the wedding. I shouldn't say gave, I should say more like they robbed him. So Cannon, and I don't want to say Charisse knew about the robbery or the play because I'm not sure. I cannot verify that, but this is Cannon's normal plays. This is what he does. He sets up robberies by using marijuana. So let's look at what the guy says. So this is just going through the messages. Okay, so let's stop here. Wait, let's go back up. Hold on. So this was February 1st, 2024, as you could see. So when I had posted my story clearing out my daughter's, her name that was being dragged all over the internet, talking about she's not Cannon's and blah, blah, blah. This was on my TikTok. This guy had seen it on my TikTok, and this is what he messaged me. So he says, I'm sure you guys can read. That dude is your ex. He scammed my boy out of $20,000 about some bud. He used the money to film that wedding scene with Shorty from Queens. Okay, get back so we can read it every little bit. Okay, so we got that part. And then he says, I'm not with the story time and all that, so I'm going to give you exactly what you need right here. He met my boy in Vegas through someone else, talking like he's a businessman and honorable, and he was outside. My dude is a naive mofo who goes off appearance. He sent him some bread. He sent him some bud to rope him in. So that's what Cannon does. So Cannon has these samples that he'll show you through video, text, or he'll bring you samples of weed. When he brings you the samples, he then has you put in an order. So let's just say you're like, oh, I don't really know much about weed, but I don't know, 10 boxes, I don't know what that is. Let's just say it's $60,000, right? So there you come, you bring him, you wire him half of the money if it's not a direct, like if he's going to ship it to you, or unless he's bringing it to you. Now, if he's bringing it to you, he's robbing you at gunpoint. If he's just shipping it to you, you're giving him some of the bread, and then he's shipping you the shipment, so he says. So he said, then proceeded to give him the story about he's going to have the box dropped off. So he was saying he was going to drop off the box because he was in Vegas, and so was the guy that he got it from. He said from there, nothing ever came to the point where he said from there, nothing ever came to the point where he blamed this dude from Long Island. Cannon is good for when he says he's going to do something or something's coming or you give him money for something, he's good at playing like he's the middleman and there's somebody else involved and blaming it on this imaginary person that just, you both got screwed and nobody, he's screwed because he's the middleman and you're screwed because the head person didn't bring it. Not knowing that Cannon is the head person the whole time. So he says, and I drove out to Long Island with my boy to find dude. So he's driving to Long Island looking for this imaginary person that Cannon made up. Even went and pressed the cats at UPS, all while he was doing that TV bullshit. I kept telling my people he's playing him. Then finally, when he realized he sent like $6K via his PayPal to Shorty's business account, talking about Charisse, supposed to be a hair business. He had it reversed, but still didn't get the money he wired directly. So he wired money directly and got the $6K back, but he didn't get the rest back, which is what they used to fund the wedding. I'm sorry. So hopefully we don't bump heads, because unlike him, I don't post my pictures on social media. He wasted my time. I didn't lose money, but time is more valuable. Hopefully we'll find peace and spiritual. Deal with him how he needs to be dealt with. You can let him know how lame he is, or that he's online talking street shit for likes and attention. Dudes like him will get on the stand for less, which is so odd because right now he's in prison, right? He's a effing cornball. So there you guys have it.
What began as a clout chase ended in an indictment. Wack, seeing the fallout, pushed even harder. He made subliminal comments implying that Luce was a snitch, a fraud, and a danger to real street business.
Wack100 just accused Luce Cannon of being a potential future snitch, saying that he might have caught an unalivement charge, plans on snitching to get out, and he accused Charisse Mills of performing fellatio on Molly Mall.
As the court dates loomed, Wack100 wasn't just cleaning his hands. He was burning the bridge behind him, making sure there was no return. In so many words, Wack told his audience, I never needed them. I used them, and now I'm done. Luce Cannon, once a name bubbling in LA's digital underworld, now faces the weight of federal RICO charges. And his so-called allies, they've all turned their backs. Even Charisse Mills, once the co-star of The Illusion, began to realize that the gig was up. Her upload slowed down. Her views dropped. Her lies caught up. And Wack, he moved on to new headlines, new enemies, and new battles. But the betrayal of Luce Cannon will go down as one of his coldest moves yet. Because in Wack100's world, there are no second chances, only screenshots, subpoenas, and smoke.
Hey man, what a short way to put together and bring everybody up to par on what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Shout out once again to my boy 504 Street Stories and Gangster News Network, man. You know what I'm saying? He did that. So as we get into some of these comments, awaiting the beautiful Gigi to enter, we're gonna get into some questions. I got some receipts, and there go Big Gigi. There it go. See, Gigi, you don't even gotta be show your face and all of that. You know what I'm saying? Can you hear me, Gigi?
Yo.
Okay, yeah, you can hear me and we can hear you.
Hey, Gigi, what up?
What up, y'all?
Hey, don't y'all me. Hey, this CS2 back. Hey, what you should do is this. Look, go ahead. I'ma send you the link so you can stare at the one that wink.
You is
get it?
Leave me alone.
Nah, what you go?
Hey, Gigi. So he has never got. Don't he sound like that? Ain't that how he be talking?
I didn't even know who that was. I'm like, who is this?
Wack100.
No. At first I didn't know who it was. I was like, wait, who? I don't know about none of that. I'm not from the streets. I don't know nothing about nothing. I'm boy. There's been so much going on. It's been ridiculous.
Well, you were brought into this world by somebody who really obviously looked to this world for one reason or another, with dreams of glamour and gangster stories, right? So you predominantly grew up in San Bernardino, the IE area, right?
I moved to LA to the Los Angeles area in my 20s. We lived in the Inland Empire.
Okay. Now, shout out to the IE, you know what I'm saying? Especially right now, the IE is like LA in the 90s and early 2000s. You get your head blew back real quick out there right now. They got a chip on their shoulder and something to prove. But growing up, I'm quite sure it wasn't as hectic as it is today. out there in the IE. Seemed like a pretty good, what would I say, middle class to lower middle class to upper middle class communities, hard working blue collar people, right? Predominantly.
Yeah, it was predominantly in the areas I lived in: Rancho Cucamonga, Riverside, Corona.
Right. Oh, Rancho is beautiful.
Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah. So now we get to coming up. I haven't seen all of the receipts. Hey, don't bring him up. I haven't seen all of the receipts. So let me know what's been going on, a little bit of what you didn't release so far, in case some of those people have missed, so that they can make sure they go over there and catch up on all of the receipts that you didn't drop. Because we just watched a documentary where they cited some of the receipts, you know what I'm saying? And the fact that you've already been dropping receipts. So I don't know how people are saying that you're lying, or why they would want to believe that you're lying.
I mean, since I started my platform, I haven't really seen anybody say I'm lying, because like I said before, I'm not speaking 90.
IBM Harlem. What you mean?
Oh, you're talking about Cannon's concubines. I'm talking about anyone other than Cannon's concubines. I'm talking about people with a normal mind compass. They clearly see for themselves. Like I said, it's not it. Majority of that stuff is public record. I mean, our marriage is public record. So I mean, you just got to be like Luce Cannon. If you can go on public record and look that up. That's not something I got to even provide. We got married in Las Vegas. Everybody knows his name now, Tremaine Ashley Williams. Everybody knows my name, Jasmine Adams. I mean, you could just go look it up. It's public record. It's free too. You don't even got to spend a dime.
Right.
G.
Yes.
Sweetie.
Yes.
Why are you lying? We're not married anymore.
I'm that good. I can manipulate the court system, and I can change documents on the government website. I'm just that damn good.
Sugar plum. Honey dumplings.
Man.
That is so crazy.
That is insane. I don't know how anybody believes anything Luce Cannon says. Charisse and him are still doing plays over the phone. They're still setting up stuff, calling people, trying to get houses put up and get information. Like, he's doing any and everything to try to save himself, because he knows that, Cannon will throw any and everybody anybody under the bus, period, point blank. So what I've already released so far, episode 2 is out now. I've already released the receipts on the fake wedding. That whole wedding thing was a scam. I've already released now. Charisse was a scam. So this whole thing was a play from Jump Street. So I've already released that. That's episode 2. That's out now, so you can see all the receipts. Charisse was a play. That was all a scam. She was just a play resurrected, because it was a play before she even came along. Let's be clear. Charisse be talking about stuff that she does know nothing. She wasn't even around. Charisse met Luce Cannon April 8th, 2022 in Las Vegas at the network launch of For Us By Us. Before then, nobody knew who she was. So she's speaking on a lot of things, talking about Big U, this. She don't know nothing about nothing. Nothing at all. When she got with Luce Cannon, half the people, nobody even talked to Cannon at that point, which is why he had to have stand-ins at their fake wedding, which I exposed.
Right. Oh, we got that about the fake wedding. Right. How he obtained the funds.
He robbed the dude about the weed. The same play he's been doing. Same play he's been doing before that. The weed plays, the setup plays. And that's what I said.
He showed him the the flick of the weed, or did he actually send him a sample or bring him a sample?
Correct. Gave him a couple samples. Gave him a couple samples. He put in his order. He sent him the bread, and now Luce Cannon, as usual, is like, oh, well, the head person, I don't know what's happening. He took off with it. He's always doing stuff like that, blaming somebody else so he can get away with the money, and he makes off with the money, blaming it on somebody else. He acts like he's the middleman when in fact he's the head man. He's the person putting the scam together.
Assuming that most people don't want to hold the middleman who got caught up in the middle, fully liable.
Bingo.
Right. See, I told him earlier, I said, y'all obviously Tremaine Ashley Williams is slow in a lot of ways. His speech impediment leads people to think that he just thinks slow in all ways, but he functions and can think in other different ways.
Correct.
But he utilizes that to his advantage. It would disarm people because first and foremost, you see the clean cut baby face. Looks far from harmless, but he's really a wolf in sheep clothing. Exactly. And then you hear the speech impediment, you'd be like, oh, this guy ain't trying to run no game. He's slow as a mother.
Correct, which is what the dude said in the messages. As you can see, he presented himself like he was outside in the streets, which is why he keeps those videos, which is why I have so many of them with the weed plays, because he keeps them. That's his way to make it seem like he got all this weed everywhere and he owns all these dispensaries and all this stuff. This has been going on for a long time. That's always been his play.
Well, I want to get to some of these videos that you sent me, and we could talk about some of these videos. Oh, this is gonna be nasty work. Let's go.
Oh, you about to drop the nasty work?
Well, no, it is nasty work, but I just know that you're gonna go into exactly what these videos are, right?
Oh,
so. Let's see this. Boom.
Yeah, we're gonna drop some nasty work.
No.
Drop it with us.
Okay, can you see the screen?
Oh, you dropping those? No.
Yeah.
Okay.
May 8th, 2021. What is this? Not so sour punch.
Whew, so that is weed candy, and that is from Dale's dispensary.
When you say Dale,
Monster,
you couldn't be talking about long-tail Dale the rat. Monster.
Yes, that's from Monster's dispensary, correct.
So you were able to meet Dale. Let's pause for a second. So you were able to meet Dale before all of this case and all of this stuff came about.
Correct. Yes.
And that was when you were with Tremaine Ashley Williams.
So actually, I had knew Dale before I even met Tremaine. Dale also was in the IE doing parties. So he was doing parties at nightclubs out there. So I had a mobile strip club at the time, and I was doing events as well. So we collaborated.
Oh, wait, hold up. Oh, Sucky. We didn't know that party over here.
Yes.
Oh, shit. You ready to break out Crazy Girls?
Yeah, now I never did Crazy Girls, but anybody who knows Secret Sundays, you could ask any of them. They know who I am. I've worked with them before too. So yes, a lot of people, like I said, know who I was. As you see in episode 2, nobody knew who Cannon was. Cannon was only able to enter any room that he's ever been in. Black China, Forest Bias, and all that came from connections from people I know. So you can go check it out. Like I said, episode 2 explains it in detail. Audio, pictures, video, text messages, the whole 9. So you could get an idea of how Cannon was even able to touch any of these rooms or get in around any of these people.
Right. Okay. So Dale was out there setting up his little promotion things.
Correct.
And so did you introduce him initially to Dale or?
No. So I had already previously knew Dale. So then one day Cannon came to me and said that he was going to partner up with somebody and on a weed dispensary. And then when I went with him to the weed dispensary, it was Dale.
Okay.
That was in Los Angeles, California.
Right. Okay. So then he starts doing business with Dale, and then Dale ends up. I mean, I start seeing a lot of these different pictures, and they start going from the dispensary to a house, right? Let me see where they go.
Oh, you going there? Oh, nasty work.
Right. Nasty work. So where is this one video?
That's at our house. He brought. So when he was so mind you, when he was at the Dell's dispensary, nobody was there but him, and people that he hired for the dispensary. So he hired, workers. People were working there, and he would bring all the weed and bring money home and all that stuff. So he was at the dispensary, him and Jay Darden, his one of his little homeboys or whatever, and they was working at the dispensary.
Oh, and he brings this home. So okay, so he has some kind of copacetic business relationship with Dale at this point, and then at some point that relationship tends to crumble, right?
Correct.
Dale is alleging that he was robbed. He's alleging that he was robbed by Luce Cannon, but the craziest part is he's saying the reason he was robbed by Luce Cannon didn't have nothing to do with his business relationship with Luce. He's saying that it was Big U that did it. I'm trying to figure out how did Big U come into his relationship with Dale.
I could only speak on what I was there, what I seen. Big U never was there when I was there. When I was there with Dale and Luce Cannon was there, like I said before. From the videos, as you can see, this is way back in before the robbery. I mean, the robbery even happened. Now, when the robbery happened, Dale called me and said that Cannon robbed him. But prior to that, him and Cannon got into a altercation, and Cannon pulled a gun on him. He got at the dispensary. They got into an altercation. Cannon pulled a gun on him and all that stuff. And after that, when Dale and his assistant at the time, I can't remember her name, called me and said that Cannon had robbed him, Cannon grabbed the phone, started cussing Dale out, told him, "You just mad because I pulled out the pistol on you," and blah, blah, blah. And that was the end of that. He blocked him from my phone, and I never heard anything from Dale after that point.
Right.
Big U's name at this time was never mentioned in my presence from Dale or Luce Cannon.
Right. So all of this stuff going on had, to your knowledge, had nothing to do with Big U, and until this case come out, now you hearing Big U name attached to it.
Correct.
Okay.
Like I said, when I was there, as you see on the dates of the videos that you're showing, I never seen Big U at the dispensary at all.
Okay.
So, like I said, this was a normal thing for Luce. Like I explained to everybody before, this weed play stuff was, he went to multiple dispensaries, not just this one. So it wasn't nothing new. So like I said, Big U wasn't at the one before that, and the one before that, and he wasn't at this one, like I said, from when I was there. When I seen Luce Cannon there with my own two peepers, and like I said, all the workers that were there, because during the workers, like when he was setting up the interviews and stuff, like it was just workers, Luce Cannon, the tall light-skinned dude named Jay, and some other little dudes. I don't know their names because I don't know them, but that was it.
Right. So basically, this is kind of like his MO of how he bamboozled niggas. He utilized the weed to bait them in.
Yes. As you see, he went forward and provided the information of how he got the money to the wedding. Correct.
Right. All right. Let me get so that's enough about him. I know we don't want to delve too much into all of that anyway. But there goes at the house, right?
That's at the dispensary.
Oh, that was at the dispensary. Okay.
That's Dale's dispensary.
Okay. Boom. Now, what do you remember about this night?
So we were friends with Molly Mall. We went to Molly Mall's house. We did a business with him. I gave Molly Mall $20,000 to $10,000. I apologize, 10 or 20. I can't remember. I have to ask Molly what the exact amount was, because this was a while ago now. But Cannon wanted to be a rapper, wanted to be getting in music or whatever, so he needed some beats. So we got with Molly Mall, gave Molly Mall money from our savings, and he got I think it was 6 beats Molly Mall gave him. And that was that. We went to his house, we spent the night. That was the night that Cannon threw up and boo-booed on himself because he was so drunk.
I boo.
Oh, he did. That's what everybody was talking about.
Wait.
You check my booty.
Well, I don't know why he said because he was really drunk. I guess I don't know. I never seen that. I don't know. It was all over. This was at his house, and it was on his. He let us stay in his room on his bed. This was on his bed. So you can ask Molly Mall about that.
Hold on. So you make way to get a deal. Who negotiated the terms of the deal on how much it would be? Did Luce Cannon? Was he proactive in the negotiation?
I talked to Molly. I was negotiating everything. The business went through me, and it was me and Molly Mall that conducted the business, and then got the beats, what songs and stuff like that. That the beats that he had, paid him, and that was that.
Right, and then Luce Cannon is pushing his narrative that Molly Mall was what he said, a fraud.
No, I don't know. Listen, I don't know what Molly. Like I said, all I know is the business was legit. He gave him what we paid for. We heard the beats before we even paid for him, because he played multiple. So Cannon picked which beats he wanted from the catalog that he had and what beats that he could give away.
Right.
That's it. So he listened to which ones he liked. We were there. Like I said, we ended up spending the night because we were there for so long. We was drinking, just picking out the beats or whatever. He got what the songs that he wanted. I believe it was 6 or 7 of them. Molly Mall was paid, and that was that.
And
he was out to dinner with him and a girl that Molly was dating at the time. So like I said, we've hung out with him a couple times, and there was never no bad business or anything at all on Molly's. And he gave us what we paid for, and that was that. Cannon picked up the songs that he wanted.
And Luce Cannon boo-boo. He got the beats, and he boo-boo.
Threw up and unfortunately lost his bowels that night.
Hey, GG.
Yo.
Did you go order some incredible diapers?
Nah, he definitely needed a diaper that night. We actually had to leave because we had to go get the car cleaned out because he threw up in the car too as well. And then he had to change his clothes and whatnot. And obviously we didn't have no
stop telling them my business. You know what? I'm just
listen, and like I said, it's just posting the truth. Like I said, I mean, Molly has already said this, so I mean, this is not a secret. Like it's just the truth. I'm only speaking facts. You'll never hear me speak of something I don't know for sure. I can only go by what I saw and what I was there and who I can't speak on anything that I don't know.
Now, at this time, how did y'all get to know Molly Mall? How did you meet Molly Mall? Did you meet Molly Mall through Big U, Luce Cannon? Like, how did you meet Molly Mall?
No, we met Molly Mall through Mo. So as you see in my episode 2 that I dropped, I was friends with Princess, Ray J's wife. Ray J, when Cannon first wanted to be a producer and have the record label and do his rap crap, I created Integrity Before Money, IBM. So I created that, paid for the logo, the design, started that, and then he went on this like mini tour. We paid for the publication because for that song Cookout to go out. This was before he put Wax Head on the grill. So before he did that, we paid $2,500 for a pub run, and he was paying TikTokers, to try to push Cookout, and it flopped. So then I'm like, okay. He's like, I need a publicist. So I hit up my girl Princess. Princess publicist was Mo, this girl named Mo, and then Mo is actually the publicist for Black China as well. That's how Black China came into play.
Right.
And Black China obviously had Maui out during this time, and that's how Molly Mall came into play.
Okay, so y'all met him, and then y'all had a pretty cool relationship with Molly Mall.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay. At that time, because Princess being with messing with Ray J, at any time around that time, did you ever hear Wack100 name from Luce Cannon as far as him dealing with
Wack
him?
was not. Oh no, Wack didn't know. No. So Wack came into play after Cannon set up that Molly Mall. When he jumped on Molly Mall, he set that up. And let me clear this up real quick. So the only reason why he set that play up because Molly Mall has slid into my DMs and was basically like, man, what are you doing with a nigga like this? You a boss, like you're very articulate, blah, 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 blah. Cannon saw the DM and then set up the play. When he set up that play for Molly Mall to get jumped because of the DM, he used that to try to go viral and posted it on YouTube.
Right.
And then try to say, like
so Molly Mall had that coming. Listen, I'm against Luce Coochie Ashley, but if a nigga try to kick me down and jump up in my girl DMs and dirty Mac me now, if he just would have been hollering at you like, look, I don't think you making the right decision, whatever, I'm trying to fuck with you, and didn't use his name, and you went for it, then you wasn't loose girl in the first place. But for him, the dirty Mac, Molly Mall had that coming. He lucky that's all he got, man. I don't mess with married women. You don't play them type of game. People get in their emotions. More people. I mean,
he didn't drop his number or anything. Like I said, he just made the comment about me being articulate, this and that.
Planting the seed. That he was planting that seed in your mind, which is it don't have to be the deed. We know what the intent was, right? The intent is to plant the seed in your mind to basically that door is open, you know what I'm saying? And you got this option. You feel me? And you know, and he knew he was totally out of pocket. Maybe I'm on some sucker for love, Yah L.
No, I'm not
your wife. How would you
know what,
bro?
Let me step in on this. Gigi, you're talking to the Kiwe pop star, okay? One of the dopest artists, songwriters on the West Coast. With my brother DuseM, co-managing and everything. Listen, we're gonna talk business after this. You don't have to wipe my butt. You don't have to buy me down. I am a grown man.
Boo boo.
Okay.
I'm dead. You guys are crazy. But the point was that, I didn't even respond. So it wasn't even I didn't even respond to it.
I'm not saying you out of pocket.
No, I know.
Wait, let me ask that first, because we ain't giving you no easy cut either, Gigi.
Nah, we ain't. We don't
Luce and show Luce, or did Luce find it himself? Did you show Luce the message?
Wait, say that again.
When after Molly Mall jumped in your DM with that message, planting the seed that door is open and that you shouldn't be fucking with Luce Cannon, right? Did you run and tell your nigga?
No,
hey,
I did. He showed me the message. Cannon showed me the message. He was always.
Oh, Gigi, you out of pocket.
You need to see the message.
Hey, yeah. Is Gigi out of pocket or am I tripping, bro?
How if I didn't see the message, like I said, I don't.
Oh, you didn't see it.
I don't never have him. So Cannon seen it. That's his homeboy. So
okay, let me ask you a hypothetical. Okay, you're right. I didn't know you. I didn't pay attention when you said that you didn't see it.
No, so Cannon saw the message, not me. Cannon saw the message. I didn't see the message. He saw it as soon as he sent it.
Right.
You sure?
Okay.
Cannon
saw the message. I didn't even see the message. So that's why I said it's not like I respond. I didn't even see. Cannon saw the message and told me and showed me what the dude said, and Cannon was upset, went off, and then he set him up and did what he did. Now he didn't tell me nothing about the setup. He really didn't. He didn't say nothing to me. He just said this is out of pocket. He was pissed. He didn't even call Molly Mall or nothing like that. He saw the message, and that was that.
I wouldn't have called him either. I would.
Yeah,
exactly what he did, probably worse. But no. Okay, well, let's do a hypothetical. We're gonna play this game then. A hypothetical. Okay, now this is at that time. We're not talking about now after this piece of shit that lied on your daughter. Just all of the bullshit that he took you through at this time when y'all were together and you was ride or die for him. Had you seen the message first coming from Molly Mall, who's supposed to be your nigga friend, what would have been your reaction had you seen the DM first?
I would have showed my nigga the DM and told you to check your homeboy.
Respectful. Now that's
of course.
Hey, Gigi, you just hey, listen. We taking applications
I'm
we
sure
go for
any woman who really loves, they do. Because let's be clear, it's not like I'm not even though Luce Cannon's love wasn't genuine, he was a scam. Everybody is a scam and a play for him. My love was genuine. You know what I'm saying? So right. I would never disrespect no man I'm with, never, and I will never allow no man to disrespect my man. And I know my place as a woman, and that's another man. So I give that to my man to take care of. Let him know, hey, look, this was look what's going on here.
I gotta ask you this, Deuce.
Go ahead, brother.
Do you still love Luce Cannon?
So somebody asked me that already. I have love for him because he is the father of my child. If I say I don't have love for him, I couldn't love my daughter. She is half of him. So of course, I don't know about anybody else, but there's no way I can say I don't have love for this person when I brought a human being in the world with this person. You would be crazy to say that means I don't love half of my child. No matter how much damage he's done to me, no matter how much damage he's done to me or legacy, she is still his blood, and that is still his daughter.
Hey, you know what's crazy? Yeah, that's a great question. I think she's being truthful on that, but I think it's a little deeper. And this is the thing, what they say, when it's really true and you really were in love with a person, you're always going to love that person, even if you have to decide that you got to love yourself first. You got to love yourself more than you love that person. Bingo. Even if you got to love that person from afar, right?
That's what I have.
Love doesn't just, it doesn't just cease.
Go away.
You know what I'm saying?
Right, so, I wouldn't have had a child and married him. We took vows. Like I wouldn't have did that if I wasn't in love with him at that time. Now, am I in love with him? No, I would. If I was, I wouldn't have left. I left him. I filed for divorce, but I will always have love for him because my love was genuine. I was genuinely at one point in love with this person because I married this person and I had a child by this person.
Well, Gigi, the pastor says you have to let go altogether. So that new
okay, now let me answer that question. Somebody else said that. Why don't you just let go and move on? Now let me explain that. First of all, I don't know what type of parents anybody else has or whatever the case may be, but Legacy is my child, okay? And I am her mother, and I was put on this earth and blessed by God to be her mother, and I will love and protect her until the last breath in my body. I don't give a damn if it's against my mama, my daddy, whoever, her daddy. Anybody who brings harm, disrespect, or any type of anything to my child, that all goes out the window. Well, all bets are off. Just get that very clear, okay?
I'm going to invite you to Pastor Yah's church so he can lay hands and blessed the mind. You shall be set free of this. I will defend you with your child. This is blessings upon blessings.
You taking it to church tonight, boy.
Yes, yes, indeed. Shall supersede all of the things that you are going through, trials and tribulations.
I mean,
hashtag adultery meals in the chat.
You gotta understand when the father of your child is dragging your baby's name online, making up fabricated stories, denouncing her, throwing her away like she's not trash. I already got to go through that. But now you got Charisse Mills sitting next to him, dragging your baby too.
Damn. Adultery Mills. We don't call her Charisse Mills. We don't call her Charisse Mills. We call her adultery Mills in the chat. Hashtag adultery Mills.
Correct. Yeah. So it's like you getting your daughter's getting tag team, and I would never want this to, because the internet's forever. Just like she's over here crying about her pastrami flaps being posted all over the internet, and she's talking, oh, that's my past. This is what she's crying about is exactly my point. One day, my daughter may be in high school, and somebody comes across this and throws it in her face. I don't want her looking at me like, Mom, why you didn't stick up for me? Why you didn't say nothing? She don't see no video of me saying nothing. That would kill me. So you goddamn right. I'm gonna come up and tell all the truth with all the receipts.
Right. So there's just one connection when we get to talking about all of these people, because whether it's Luce, who implicated Big U in crimes, and himself and Big U in crimes, whether it was Molly Mall, who implicated Big U in crimes, or whether it was Dale Morrison, Monster, who implicated Big U in crimes. You in a unique position to have been able to see the relationship that Luce Cannon had with that all of these guys had with each other prior to any of these allegations and leading up to the beginning of this investigation. So that's why I just wanted to get that on it. But what was crazy was that Cash Jones, Wack100, befriended each one of these people who ended up being witnesses or implicating Big U in crimes. He helped nurture and push Luce Cannon by giving them platforms, where he specifically did deny being married to you, where he did deny that child was his, even though y'all went through special procedures to ensure that you was able to birth a healthy baby girl. Then the baby come out beautiful, look like him and everything, and this piece of shit goes on in front of 5 million subscribers and denies it, right? The same way that Wack aided and abetted and gave this platform, well, I call it was a snitch tour, right? Or lie snitch tour, depending on whatever the facts come out at trial, because I don't know who did what happened, but I just see the inconsistencies, right? I wasn't there. I don't know the relationships.
Right.
But just for him to befriend each one of these guys, it just appears to me like Wack100 weaponized these guys and turned them and sicked them on Big U, his enemy.
So I don't know. Like I said, personally, like I said, I don't have a relationship well enough to speak on Molly Mall or his relationship with Wack. I don't know Wack100 at all. What you're saying is true. He gave him the platform, but Luce Cannon has been doing this before even Wack100. Luce Cannon has always been a liar. He's always used people's names to throw them under the bus. Like, this isn't nothing new for him. Now, Wack gave him the platform so y'all could know about it. You know what I'm saying? Now, what Wack reason? I don't know Wack. I don't know him from a can of paint. I literally reached out to him one time, and that was to ask him, because I knew that him and Luce Cannon were cool and close. And I've asked him before I came out with receipts, before I started doing all this, I asked him in a nice way, if you could please tell Luce Cannon and Charisse Mills to keep my daughter's name off of her beef suckers with these lies and made up stories. I asked before I did all this, before I sent you the receipt, before I did all this, and I told Wack, I said, because I will be forced to expose and blow the lid off all their shit. So I sent a warning smoke signals before I even came forward. Now, Wack came forward publicly, said that he relayed the message to both Luce and Charisse, and Luce's response was something like, I only knew that bitch for 9 months, then that ain't my baby. And Charisse then after that dropped another video discussing my child, lying on my child again, and it was up. That was the end of that. So that was the only time I spoke to Wack.
It was stuck.
It up and it was stuck. So like I said, I don't know Wack from a can of paint. Now, this is just my personal opinion, okay? These are all grown-ass men. All of them, grown-ass men. Even though I don't know none of them, they're all grown-ass men. And just like I told Charisse, didn't nobody put a gun to nobody's head. Wack was not around when Big U and Luce Cannon, I was about to say Useless Cannon, when Luce Cannon were cool. And so whatever Cannon was telling everybody to the world, talking about he was Big U's enforcer and this, I was with Luce Cannon. That's lies. As I stated before, Big U came around from 2018 to 2022. He been to our house maybe 3 times. Cannon was always upset because he felt that Big U had a big platform and he was in the music and stuff like that, and he felt like he should have been able to put him in the position that he is in now with clout and fame. He always resented that because he felt Big U didn't use his connection to the music industry to help Cannon achieve what he is achieving now. Period, point blank. There was no enforcer. They were not best friends, talking on phone each other every day, anything like that. That was not the case. They had a relationship. Yes, they were cool. And like Big U allowed him because of his father, the relationship he had with his father to, claim or go around saying he's from 60s or whatever the case may be. That has been allowed since I was with him. But Luce never went to the hood. He never put in no work. He ain't never shot on people in 60s name. He ain't never, none of that. That's all cap.
Right.
We were in the IE and they was in they hood in LA. Like we never, the only time we seen any of the 60s niggas when they came to our house, and that was it. I think we went to the hood maybe twice.
I do got a question.
Uh-huh.
Did Luce Cannon ever get shot?
So I'll post the video of that. So him and his little brother were messing around in the backyard. He got shot in his big toe. Okay, that's the only time Luce has ever been shot. He got shot in his big toe. He ran with that, and now he's telling everybody he's been shot 10 times and was dodging bullets like Superman and doing it's all cap. Lies. Well, all this whole lie tour that him and Charisse did, which I feel like God spent the block back because the only truth he told was his own crime. That's the crazy part. The one truth that he told was about what he actually did. That's the only truth.
Dang.
Everything else was a lie. That's why I find it ironic that he got his own self put away because the whole Nipsey Hussle videos, the lies, all that.
I was just finna get there. Hold on. Let me go ahead and pull that up. I'm glad you said that. Hey, see, we eye to eye, Gigi. We get along like peanut butter and jelly.
You know, man, that's one other thing. I've been trying to speak the truth before it got to this point, way before this. Did I not?
Yeah.
Did I not try to warn people before it got to this point? Did I not try to warn everybody?
Yeah. All right, let's play this clip for everybody, and then you can react to it. Let's go.
He FaceTimed me and stuff like that. He was like, Nipsey just got killed. I'm like, 6 I didn't hear that. So I hang up with him. I called Nipsey, and I'm like, Nipsey, what's up? He was like, oh, what's up with it?
Nipsey answered.
Nipsey answered. He answered the phone, and I was like, I love you, cuz, or whatever like that.
Did you tell him the call you just got? Or you didn't even mention it?
I didn't mention it. And that's what fucked me up because my cousin is Nipsey baby mama. You get what I'm saying? So it was like, I could have probably stopped it or it had it.
Stop what? Fuck you mean? That fuck you talking about?
No, because listen. So after I talked to Nipsey and I was like, yeah, I love you, cuz, or whatever like that. I see you later or whatever. So I hung up the phone. I thought Big U gave wrong information. 30 minutes later, the homies blowing me up like they just killed Nipsey. And I'm on a phone. He FaceTimed me. So he FaceTimed me and stuff like that. He was like, Nipsey just got killed. I'm like, 6 I didn't hear that. So I hang up with him. I called Nipsey and I'm like, Nipsey, what's up? He was like, oh, what's up with it?
Nipsey answered.
Nipsey answered. He answered the phone, and I was like, I love you, cuz, or whatever like that.
Did you tell him the call you just got? Or you didn't even mention it?
I didn't mention it. And that's what fucked me up because my cousin is Nipsey baby mama. You get what I'm saying? So it was like, I could have probably stopped it or it had it.
Stop what? Fuck you mean? That fuck you talking about?
No, because listen. So after I talked to Nipsey and I was like, yeah, I love you, cuz, or whatever like that. I see you later or whatever. So I hung up the phone. I thought Big U gave wrong information. 30 minutes later, the homies blowing me up like they just killed Nipsey. And I'm on a phone. He FaceTimed me. So he FaceTimed me and stuff like that. He was like, Nipsey just got killed. I'm like, 6 I didn't hear that. So I hang up with him. I called Nipsey and I'm like, Nipsey, what's up? He was like, oh, what's up with it?
Nipsey answered.
Nipsey answered. He answered the phone. And I was like, I love you, cuz, or whatever like that.
Did you tell him the call you just got? Or you didn't even mention it?
I didn't mention it. And that's what fucked me up because my cousin is Nipsey baby mama. You get what I'm saying? So it was like, I could have probably stopped it, or it had it.
Stop what? Fuck you mean? That fuck you talking about?
No, because listen. So after I talked to Nipsey, and I was like, "Yeah, I love you, cuz," or whatever like that. I'll see you later, or whatever. So I hung up the phone. I thought Big U gave wrong information. 30 minutes later, the homies blowing me up like they just killed me.
Okay, so we're gonna get into that, and then I see something in the chat I'm going to get into, but I want you to react to that first, Gigi.
Something too. It's all that's a lie. First of all, Nipsey Hussle's baby mama is not his biological cousin. That's just what he would tell people. Now he was cool with her, just on some cool stuff, but they're not related. He never, from 2018 to 2022, he never had a conversation or spoke to Nipsey Hussle, never had his number, nothing like that. That was all lies. His brother called and told us that Nipsey had passed away, and that was it, period.
Right. So that was a total lie. And now we just seen Adam 22 talking about that when he spoke with the feds, that they told his lawyer their only interest was the episode with Luce Cannon, where he says that exact same clip that we just played right now, as if the feds are, I guess they want people to believe, or lead people to believe, that the feds are interested in Big U possibly having something to do with or calling Luce Cannon prior to Nipsey Hussle's unalive.
I told that already on the episode, where we were, what we were doing during that time. It's already out there. I've posted it, what he looked like, and the FaceTime that he provided. It was a fake FaceTime. It's already on my episode. I've already posted the receipts. We were together.
That's on your channel now too?
Correct. Yes, it is.
Okay. Now I know Street TV had broke it down back in the day. I remember you told me, I think y'all were in the bed when y'all got the call, right?
Bingo. So I posted our lease agreement, where we lived. It's capped. So
right.
We gotta worry about that. You hearing it from my mouth. There was no phone call. Luce Cannon couldn't even tell you what his number was at that time, but I could tell you what his phone number was. He it's all cap lies.
Right. True. Hey, Yah L, we got a super chat, and then I want to give her opportunity to feed the people some understanding, because I seen somebody who obviously digressed with her approach.
No, it's okay, but I want to answer her question, because you said a statement on time.
All right, let's get the super chat out the way real quick. Yeah.
Well, we got Iceman Vamp with the $5 super chat. Man, free Big U. The feds on some bullshit. And then we got Iceman Vamp again with the $5 super chat. GG single-handed destroying the feds' whole narrative. And that is a fact. Hey, man, salute to Iceman Vamp for the super chat. Anything and everything that is given to the Damu Kiwe Conversation is highly appreciated. Salute to you, your family, and your tribe.
Okay, so let's get into this, because I think it was KK. I don't remember the name. It was way up there. They felt like Gigi is snitching or telling on her baby daddy, but when she's setting the facts straight about her baby daddy telling on other people, right, or lying on other people, which came with ramifications and even got help get Big U locked up based upon.
Again, I also think that she's forgetting that not only did he lie and telling other people, he also snitched on me. So let's get that clear, Miss Whoever or Mr.
Yeah, let's get into that story a little bit, just the short version. Okay, when he tried to put them robberies on you. Let's talk about that.
So as I said, he sets up plays. Him and his IBM homeboy. IBM homeboy had a girl. Girl used to run gambling things in wherever she run her gambling things. So our house in Riverside, he let her, Cannon and oh boy, set it up to where she could set up her gambling ring in our home in Riverside. They set up the gambling ring. Cannon provided security. Security robbed everybody. Boom. Police come. I call my mom. They call my mom. My mom calls me, says the police investigators are at your house. They need you to come home. They need to talk to you. Your house just got robbed, blah, blah, blah. People got robbed. Money, watches, jewelry, all types of stuff. So I go to the house. talk to the police, and they having me look around to find out, what's going on. At this time, it's just looking like a party was there, and people were just robbed at gunpoint. Okay, so later on, maybe like a couple weeks later, the Riverside house gets hit. Our Riverside house gets robbed and vandalized. Luce Cannon and Charisse Mills go to the police station and tell the police I don't know. Now, let me not say this. I don't know if they knew there was an investigation going on at that time, but the house was under investigation for that robbery. So whatever the police had found out from that point when the robbery happened up to a couple of weeks later when our house got vandalized, whether they knew or not, I don't know. So when they went to the police station and they tried to pin that vandalism on me, I got pulled into the robbery investigation. So I had the detective calls me, tells me Luce Cannon and Charisse have came and made a police report against you saying that you robbed the house and vandalized. And because the house prior was robbed, these people were robbed, and there's been multiple robberies in this area. We have an ongoing investigation. We need you to come down to the police station. I go down to the police station. I hear what they say, the date that they're trying to say that I robbed the house. I have to call witnesses. My mom goes down there. My oldest daughter goes down there. We get footage from the church on the day of said in question. I show him the receipts. I show him the lease agreement, show him that I live in that house. It's my house. Because now, mind you, this is not the police. This is a detective who's calling me because it's an investigation. So it wasn't the original police that came out the first time, right? Now this is an investigator. So I got to go clear my name. I show him the receipts of all this stuff because Luce Cannon and Charisse are saying that I stole over $10,000 worth of property from my own home, by the way. Okay. So I'm showing him receipts. I pulled up all the receipts for the furniture, the stuff, blah, blah, blah. He's correlating. So I get cleared in the investigation. So after I got cleared in the investigation, that was the first thing. I cleared my name. I'm out of the investigation. I do not know what happened with the investigation after that, who else was pulled in or because like I said, I cleared myself. I had nothing to do with none of the robberies at the Riverside house or the robberies in the vicinity of the river. All the other houses that got robbed, I had nothing to do with none of them. So I cleared myself from that investigation, and that was that. I was out of it. So what happened to whatever after that, I don't know. The second thing is Luce Cannon and Charisse came to the hospital when my daughter was in the hospital with pneumonia. I was there in the hospital room. Luce Cannon brought Charisse to the hospital room. This was after knowing her for 3 weeks. Charisse tried to come into the room where my sick daughter was. My oldest daughter put her hand up to block the door. Charisse went to go push my older daughter out the way. I punched Charisse. Luce Cannon punched me. We start fighting. Boom. Cannon goes to jail because there's a protective order. He's not supposed to be within 100 yards of me. Charisse gets her ass whooped. That's that. With mutual combat, because the police said if I press charges on her for coming to where I am because she was messed up, I will go to jail too. I'm like, cool, take Cannon. They take Cannon. 2 days later, May 7th, this happened May 15th. May 17th, Luce Cannon and Charisse Mills were at the courthouse filing a false restraining order saying that I came to where they were. She was in the waiting room. I went down to the waiting room with my newborn and I fought her. Luce Cannon then got on the stand, was sworn in, and testified to that.
That's a fact.
For you to tell me, and this is on paperwork, for you to tell me, okay, that I'm snitching on a nigga who snitched on me, you sound crazy. You sound crazy. You sound crazy.
Or not even, well, first and foremost, let's get this correct, right?
It was a lie. I
get it.
Lies. It's crazy.
No, I get that part, but that first and foremost, this is where it's different. Gigi, first and foremost, started off, we brought the story out for a purpose that she grew up in the Inland Empire, not gang, not Suwu, not Kiwe, not none of this, right? She doing her mobile stripper parties and hustling as she is. He brings her into his world on the music tip where he decided he was doing these crimes, implicated her in it. I'm not gonna do a crime with a motherfucker like Tekashi 6ix9ine or my grandmother and not expect them to tell the truth.
Like
that's not how it works. They're not obligated
to go down for his crimes. You're crazy.
Listen, they're not obligated or didn't take a pledge to the code of ethics and moral compass that I live by.
No.
Right? And somebody go rob my grandmother's purse, rest in peace. I expect that she's going to call the police. Now, if the police let him out and I was able to see him, or if I was in jail and was able to see him, that ain't going to stop me from handling my business because I'm a street nigga. Nigga, I don't give a fuck what it was about. That's my grandmama. But while she out there, nigga, I expect that's what my grandmother's going to do. Right? So that's why it's not snitching. The only way a person can be a snitch is if they're a street nigga and they call the police. A civilian or a citizen is going to do what a civilian or a citizen do.
Thank
you.
Thank you.
This bitch ass, when it comes, now we can go to loyalty. I seen that they question your loyalty to him. And now you heard the story. Right. Now you just heard the story. Now that the snitch shit out the way, you heard the story of his disloyalty implicating her in crimes, snitching on her multiple times.
Forget that. What about his loyalty to the child that we paid for? Y'all is some dizzy like for real. I don't know what type of parents y'all got or what type of childhood. Clearly, y'all parents didn't love y'all or whatever. But nigga, when you not loyalty to your own seed, you ain't gonna be loyal to nobody. Once he crossed my daughter, nigga, please, it's all bets off. I don't give a damn who you are. That loyalty, that them when you violate children, it's up. I don't give a damn what y'all say. Y'all, whoever can say what they want. Guess what? Legacy's my child, and I'm gonna do whatever the fuck I want to protect my child.
And two more things, right? They spoke about her publicly, and lied on her. Anytime somebody speak up on you publicly, you should have the right to address that how the fuck you see fit, right?
Say it again, please. Say it again.
The final thing is what the brother just said when on the last super chat was that Gigi single-handedly just undermined the federal government's argument implicating Big U in a lot of these crimes. They threw a lot of shit against the wall. Who knows what really was going on? Obviously, they wanted this man off the streets for more than one reason. So, I'm just trying to empathize with Big U or with anybody else that's incarcerated. And not only incarcerated, but when you got people that's directly working with law enforcement to get you off the streets, maybe it's for the $1 million contracts you got. They did say that they were going to come take those contracts from Big U. So let's just use that as a hypothetical situation. So to get these millions, they get these informants, multiple informants to point the finger at me in crimes that I didn't do. And there's a civilian, not my homeboy. If it was my homeboy, I would expect my homeboy to set the record straight and testify on my behalf. Nigga, I would lie under oath for my homeboy, let alone tell the motherfucking truth, right? So I would pray that a civilian would come forward with the truth, especially a civilian that's in that unique position to have witnessed the relationships prior to and even until me becoming into her life and or her husband's life. So,
and then also too, I want you to touch on the fact that there's some people out there that feel like I put this man's business. Luce Cannon put his own business out there. I don't know if y'all just tuning in, but every interview he went on, he's talked about the multiple robberies he's done. Y'all just missed it. For whatever reason, y'all just missed it. He talked about himself. I'm just telling the truth about what really happened. I didn't implicate him in crap. He implicated himself when he went on a tour talking about all the crimes he did and then fabricated on top of his crimes with other stories that weren't true. You can't be mad at me because I'm telling the truth of something that he brought forward. Did you see me on No Jumper talking about what his crimes he did? Y'all didn't know nothing about me until after he went on tour about his crimes. So please, let's get that straight. I didn't know nothing about Luce Cannon's crimes. He told on his own damn self on multiple platforms.
Right. We got another super chat, Yah L.
Okay, let me get to that. Oh man, we got big facts, bitch. Man, y'all keep dropping this heat. Fire emoji salute. Man with the 99.99 super chat. Blessings to you. Thank you, and anything that is given to the Damu Kiwe Conversation team is highly appreciated. Blessings to you, your family, and your tribe.
That's a fact, man. But Gigi, anything else you want to speak on? Because that was pretty much all I wanted to do, and then I'll let Yah L come with any questions after that. But I know you cooking right now. See, once your blood gets to boiling,
people just have to realize that Luce Cannon is a grown man. Don't nobody make no grown man do nothing. He made his choices. He's an adult. I just don't understand how, you know, he can get up here and Charisse can get up here and lie, make up stories. He can admit his crimes and talk about his crimes, but let somebody come out with the truth or to clear up their name that's being dragged in the lies, and then they the bad guy. Y'all backwards. That don't make no sense. This man talked about his own crimes. This man, you talk about him implicating innocent people, innocent children into things that have nothing to do with nothing. Y'all got to be smarter than that. This is why he was able to do what he was able to do, because of people that with those type of minds. This is why it was able to go as far as it was able to go.
I'll definitely get it. Yeah.
Oh, I'm right here, brother.
You got anything you want to ask Gigi, the beautiful Gigi, or just to say in closing? This would be the time for that, brother.
You know, man, Gigi, we appreciate you.
Oh yeah, no problem. Here. You already know I've been sharing my truth, rocking with y'all who gave me a platform to clear up the lies from before any of these people even knew who Luce Cannon was. So I appreciate it.
I remember Alex Alonso reaching out to me a few times, and he was like, you know, asking me about certain situations, and I'm like, yeah, you know, XYZ, the ABC, that conversation. But for the main part, he would edify how Luce Cannon was trying to drag you and your child and his child through the mud. Like, dude, like the understanding that I get from that is that, you know, I have a child, you know what I'm saying? And it's men out here that are fighting and that's trying to be in their kid's life. And then you have somebody go public, not to embrace his child or to keep his child's name and you know, the innocence of not knowing certain things safe, but yet you denounce them publicly and try to humiliate and embarrass and disown them, you know?
Yeah, it was crazy.
And for me, as a father, that's probably one of the things that I was just, you know, I was looking at and I was just like, dude, she has to get her story out.
You know, and that's what people are missing the point, which you just said right there, and you just verified. Did I start speaking about anything? My whole main focus was his child. He kept it going. As a mother, you're a father. You're not about to let some man get up here and drag your daughter all over the internet, are you?
Nah.
Okay. No real parent is going to allow that.
Like, and that's
all guns. You're gonna come out guns blazing.
Your daughter is a part of you.
Correct.
And my daughter is a part of me.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So you have to defend the innocent. You have to defend the fatherless. And in this case, your daughter is fatherless because he chose to disown her.
Correct.
But she's still innocent because she has nothing to do with that.
Nothing. She didn't ask for this. Nothing. So that's what I'm saying. I don't mind people with their own opinions and stuff like that. But like you just said, somebody has to protect the innocence. And I'm her mother. So if I have to go against the world to protect her innocence, I have no problem doing that. If I have to go against her own father, I have no problem doing that.
I mean, that is biblical. The Most High even says, protect the fatherless and the innocent, you know.
Absolutely.
And you know, and the defenseless, like she's defenseless. She don't have a dog. I mean, you know, she didn't ask for this. She's not trying to be a clout chaser. She's
No.
not trying to be an artist. She's not trying to be a TV reality personnel. She's a child, and she needs to be able to be a child without being attacked and having, you know, the enemy throw darts at her, and that's people using the internet and clout and things like that against her because she doesn't know.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So I commend you for, you know, standing up as a woman, a mother, a woman, and a defender of the innocent to your child. You know what I'm saying? I commend you for that because, like I said, there's a lot of fathers out here who are trying to be in their child's life, and the mothers are taking that away from them. You know,
and that's a disgusting thing because I never wanted Tremaine not to be in Legacy's life. I never took that from him ever. Even when he met Charisse originally, as I've shown in episode 2, all the receipts and everything, I'm begging him, please, this is your only daughter. She needs you to be a father. I get what you're trying to do with this play and this fame stuff, but at least be good to your daughter. Don't punish her because I left.
Right. Right. And again, man, salute to you. I know we joke and everything, and that's just part of, you know, who we are as, you know, who we are as our individual personalities and characters.
No. Let me tell you this though. I don't take nothing personal because, like I said, I knew what was going to come with me telling the truth. I knew there was going to be people against me. Luce Cannon's always been very good at what he does. He's very good at, you know, manipulating people into feeling. And he always told me if I ever left him, nobody would believe the beatings. You know, everybody thinks he's God. So it would be everybody against me. He would turn people so I was already prepared because, like I said, this is just new to y'all, but I've been going through this. So you know what I'm saying? I was already prepared.
I remember when I first met him, he told me like, oh yeah, you know, and my ex, she's crazy. She put me and Charisse in jail. And I'm like, what? Like, I don't know.
Wait, hey Gigi, did you know the story about Luce and Yah L?
No, I do not know the story.
Oh my God! Hey Yah L, you gotta go ahead. Well, first finish telling because I never heard.
I never heard that either. I put them in jail. I did. Okay.
He invited me out to lunch with Charisse, like downtown LA at some restaurant, and he was basically telling me like, yeah, you know, I want to work with you, and you know, I'm just trying to keep myself clear from people who trying to attack me and, you know, put allegations on me like my talking about you, about my ex, and I'm like, what? And I'm just sitting there listening. You know, at the time I met Charisse, she talked so much. I was like, man, can you shut the fuck up? He would talk so much, but at any rate, she was talking so much, and Luce Coochie was, you know, intervening and, you know, trying to give his disposition with you. He was like, yeah, you know, so how do you feel if you was with somebody and because you didn't want to be with her, she tried to put you in jail. She broke into your house, like basically saying you broke into his house, stole stuff, called the police, and then tried to put him in jail for robbery and breaking and entering.
Oh, so he flipped it and said, so basically he flipped what he did and flipped it and said, I did it?
Oh, and yeah, and then said that Charisse was there to defend, and then you got into it with her, and you ran down to, after allegedly putting all these allegations on him, you then ran to the police department and got restraining orders against him and Charisse.
So then there you go. You see where the lies come in, because Charisse has said it on multiple platforms that she was the one who did it. So that's why I'm confused with the lies.
Right.
Well, somebody was just talking about the CS Tubac. Oh, you don't know who that is. That's a confidential source. Tubac, also known as Cash Easy Cash App Jones, aka Wack100. So he said that the reason Luce Cannon, this is what he said, I think today or yesterday, that the reason Luce Cannon beat up Marley Marl was because Charisse gave Marley Marl top, right? But today, you kind of put that, where truth appear, falsehood disappears.
Now that's true. Right. Now, Charisse messing with Marley Marl, that is true.
No, but they said that's why Luce Cannon
no.
beat him up, right?
No.
So that's the lie, you know.
No, he didn't beat him up because he didn't. Charisse wasn't in the picture at that time, but that is true about Molly Mall and Charisse. They did have, I mean,
But she was a hoe, and I don't
okay,
even
there
know.
you go. I didn't want to say it, but you said it.
Listen,
Okay,
get it how you live. Listen,
no,
man.
for sure. Yeah,
I come from the slums, so I don't look down on a woman that does what she feels she got to do to get by.
No,
but
not at all.
He knew what he was signing up for.
Oh,
so
yeah, I'm sure
you trying to wife or act like you trying to wife something like that. You know what you signed up for, and you just got to live with that. So the ridicule that come and associated with fucking with somebody where everybody you know and you meet then got top of has sex with the woman, that you know that's what you signed up for. You know what I'm saying? So you know he can't be act sensitive now and get in his feelings now and want to fight people now. I mean, you chose to downgrade. You know what I'm saying?
He said that she stopped doing it once they got together. I guess she stopped.
No, he said once they got married, but they never got married. So that's a lie.
I think he's talking about the fake wedding because he wants Charisse to believe that she's a wife because he had to make her believe something after he beat her up. So you got to come hard in order for.
She went in the hospital in April, right?
I don't know. Somebody else asked me that. Did she? I don't know about that. Somebody told me.
I had it written down. He was scheduled for an interview with what's those guys that were upset at you, Yah L? The podcast.
Wait, say that again.
What podcast was feeling a certain kind of way about you that they didn't want to let us interview them? That they had the interview scheduled with Luce Coochie Ashley, and he had allegedly beat up Charisse Mills and she was in the hospital, so he had to cancel. We had contacted them and told them that we wanted to interview them because they know that Luce Coochie had told them, nah, man, my girl's in the hospital, man, I went too far, whatever. And they was like, oh, we're not coming on there because the Yah L or something. Who you got issue with on the podcast, brother? They got a podcast. Well, you don't got an issue with them, but I guess they feel a certain kind of way about you. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. Was it No Jumper?
No, it wasn't No Jumper, bro. It was like another one of the urban ones, though.
Oh, man. Oh, shit. Because we was trying to do a podcast, and they wasn't feeling me, man.
Yeah, but we had got the date of that she was in the hospital. We got another super chat.
I'm gonna read.
Y'all kids.
We got a little bit with the $5 super chat salute, and then we got Yah. Then we got Yah's kids with the $100 super chat. Salute to the truth tellers. The checks is active. Protect the children. Hey, Yah's kids' name says it the best. Salute to you. Any and everything that is given to the Damu Kiwe Conversation team is highly appreciated. Salute to you, your family, and your tribe.
Definitely salute to you on that one. Protect children at all costs. Absolutely.
Yeah, but I think that's pretty much it, man. We want to thank you, Gigi, for coming on. Hey, Yah L, you welcome up here anytime. Before we go, what's next? When your next live? What can we look forward to?
My next live tomorrow, 3:30 p.m. I go live every day. Y'all, definitely subscribe. Like I said, you get a better idea. Go on there. Both episodes have dropped with all them good receipts, so you can see for yourself, not just take my word for it. Point blank, period. My YouTube is IMHERGIA. I'm Hergia. So definitely go subscribe. Check out them good episodes and videos so y'all can get a better understanding and see them good receipts.
That's a fact. Hey, Yah L, let them know where they at, bro.